For the longest time, tech experts have asked one question. How can I push it to the limit with the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses and battery lives?
I use them like glasses. I don't wear glasses for more than 4 hours a day, at least not without putting them in the case for a quick recharge from time to time. However, if you are a hardcore user, say you're doing long treks, cycling, hiking, walking around a new city, then maybe you would want an extended battery. And that's why I got hooked up with this little powder compact here. It's not makeup, it's actually a series of extended batteries. It's called the Prism XR Carina C2. I assume there's a C1, I don't know about them, but I'm gonna try these out. This black thing that you can see stuck to the glasses, it's a battery pack that goes over your ear, and then it's charged in the case. And what you do is you put this onto the ear, and then that theoretically gives you all their battery life. So here's how it sticks on. See, there's the groove, and then that sticks on there.
Let's just switch to a quick unboxing of the Prism so you can see how I stuck it to the lenses. Turns out I did it completely wrongly because they included a plastic applicator, sort of like a tampon applicator in the box, which I failed to use because it wasn't on the directions. I will also say that I'm not being paid by Prism XR for this review, although they did provide it to me for free and they don't have any say of what I've said over. Now you can see how it looks close up, how the ribbon cables look, and whether it fits in the case, which it does. Notice how they seem to have made these very techy looking glasses look already more techy, and also please ignore the epoxy glue that I've used to stick these back together after my brother's landlord stood on them.
Basically, here's how it looks on. As you can see, on this side there's a black piece that kind of makes them look all techy and hybrid-y. And then I can just put this behind the ear. See? And then it's charging, basically. That's all you need. Hey Meta, are you charging?
Yes, I'm charging right now.
There. So this way you can kind of have it trickle charging on the fly while you're walking around, going about your day, or going about your ladies. So basically you just have this on and go about your day for an extended period of time. I don't know how long exactly that is, but how am I going to test this given I'm not a pickup artist? Hopefully you didn't get that impression from what I said earlier. Well, I came up with an idea. My idea is that I'll try and stress test the battery through the most heavy activity I think you can do in one setting, which is basically a hyperlapse video. So if you know about the Ray-Ban Metas, they do 3-minute videos at a fly and then they automatically shut off. But if you do a hyperlapse, it will keep recording for a set amount of time. I'm not sure exactly how much that is. And what I'm hoping is that the battery will allow us to hyperlapse much longer. So I'm going to do a test. We'll see how that goes, and I'll see you on the bike.
Oh hey, later Ben just jumping in here to say that because this is a photo channel, I did also take a photo camera on my ride. I took my Fujifilm X-F10. I've made other videos about it. I really like this camera. It's small, it fits in the back of a skin-tight jersey, which is always an added benefit. So I'm going to have some photos from this camera in the hyperlapses. That's why they're there.
Confirm it's at 100% and start recording a hyperlapse from here. And here we go. Hey Meta, start hyperlapse. Now discovered that after 20 minutes the hyperlapse shuts off, so I guess I'll just keep recording hyperlapses and see how we go. Hey Meta, how much battery life do you have left?
Battery 35%.
Battery's at 35%.
so we're exactly 43 minutes into the ride, and the first battery seems to have run out, and the glasses have shut off, and the hyperlapse completely stopped. What I have to do to keep going is put the next battery on and actually maybe give it a bit of chance to charge so that it doesn't run out. I'm not sure if it actually trickle charges and sustains the whole time, or you have to like charge it up first. I guess we'll find out. Okay, so I've now put the battery on, the new battery, on the glasses, and I still haven't got a startup chime from the Metas, so I'm just gonna have to assume that you have to wait until such time as the glasses charge back up and then switch on and give me a ready sign, and then I'll check the battery life from then, and then I can continue a hyperlapse. But I think 40 minutes might have maxed it out. That might be the end of it. I've actually got the Metas back in the case because they are not responding. The phone's showing no status, so in order to boot them back into a chargeable position, then I think I'm gonna have to leave them in the case. So it looks like the Carinas only charge it when there's already charge. They only serve to boost perhaps, or maybe they just charge quite slowly. Or maybe once they've shut down, you need the case to reboot it. It's one of these things. Well, the glasses aren't working, but at least got to see that sunset. So we're about 10 minutes into the case, we're at 38%. Put the battery on, see how far we can get. I'll do the turnaround up there at the Bondi Rocks, and then it's gonna be dark anyway. Hey Meta, start a hyperlapse. On the clock, and the glasses run out again, so they had 38% on them, and they shut off about 5 minutes ago. I didn't even notice, I didn't hear a sound, which is kind of what happens when they just abjectly run out of power. I'm not going to be able to check with the recorder or anything until such time as I can look at the phone later and they've charged back up, so I guess that's it for that.
While I'm importing these, I thought I'd unlock a hack to do really long videos to see how that video's 20:56 and 30 minutes, but once it's imported it turns into the proper hyperlapse, so sorry, no hacks unlocked here. Just for posterity's sake, I'm going to do one more hyperlapse, this time with no battery, glasses are charged to 100%. We'll see how long that lasts for. I'm going to guess about half an hour, 40 minutes. They're a good year old now, so battery isn't at 100%, but that should be kind of real world use. Done 21 minutes. Hey Meta, stop recording. Hey Meta, how much battery life do you have left? Okay, 20 minutes at 48%. Not too bad, but that's halfway, and now let's see if we can get back. Start time lapse. I've just traveled maybe 100 meters down the road, checked the battery and the Meta glasses stopped. Check battery again, it's now 27%, that's down 20%, so voltage issues, I'm guessing, with the battery. Hey Meta, how much battery life do you have now? It doesn't tell you while it's hyperlapsing. Okay, I'm just going to keep going until it shuts off. Glasses is now shut down, not responding. I probably went another 4 minutes. So
30 minutes, I think that's pretty on the money. I think at this point we can safely say that you get double the battery life, if not more, out of one of those batteries. So that's pretty helpful.
All right, so now let's reach our conclusions. Basically, okay, the Fujifilm X-F10, I'll cover that first. I like this camera. It takes nice photos. It's good in low lights. The autofocus is just fine. I don't love 28mm, and in fact, that is a big enough problem where I'm thinking I might even consider selling it and getting a Fujifilm X-M5 with a 27mm, which is more like a 40mm when you convert it to the 35mm equivalent. Just because I like that focal length better and I think I could live with it better. But that aside, okay. The Carina C2, the batteries. The total hyperlapse time when I had the battery attached and just drained a fully charged glasses and a fully charged battery down to 0, 51 minutes. Which means with the second battery, I reckon you could, if you somehow knew that you were running out of battery, because it certainly doesn't tell you, and you change them over, then I reckon you can get an hour, 10 minutes of time. So that's a significant amount of time. Impressive. That's certainly more impressive than the total amount of recording time I got with just a fully charged glasses and no battery, which was, I got like a 21-minute hyperlapse and then 2 3-minute videos, so 27 minutes without the battery, which is significantly less. Not half, but just over half. So you get quite a lot more. Let's say 40% more battery when you have it attached. So I do have a couple of notes about the Prism XR Carina C2. Firstly, they don't charge the glasses if they're dead. While they do charge quite fast, what I have noticed is that they are not defibrillators. In other words, if you flatline the battery by not checking, and if the battery just basically cuts out while you're recording and runs out, you can't bring them back from the dead just using the battery. So you will have to still take your case to revive the glasses. I wish that wasn't the case, and maybe I'm wrong, but it's a bit of a problem. There's no real way to know how well or fast they're charging or how much they have left. You have to ask Meta if it's charging or not and what its battery percentage is left. So that's a bit ambiguous. You do get colored LED indicators on the case charging full, need charging or empty, but that's only on the Carina case itself. It doesn't really tell you where you're at overall when you're wearing the glasses. The arm attachment itself, as you can see, it's more than noticeable, especially if you haven't got black Meta glasses, and it's attached by a ribbon cable, which is too fragile to remove and still have the glasses work. And I can easily see a scenario where you've hooked this ribbon cable on something as you're pulling it out of a bag and you rip it, and then you're going to need a new charging arm. Having said that, I don't mind how conspicuous they are because I like my glasses to look like a recording device, and if you're the type who doesn't, i.e. the type who likes to cover up the LED on their glasses or maybe drill it out so you can record people surreptitiously, then yeah, I don't want to help you. These are a media recording device and I like it to look that way. Overall, I will say that the original promise of the battery attachment is that you get all-day battery life, and that is obviously a combination of just wearing them, bit of translation, bit of recording, and maybe live streaming if you've got the Gen 1s. I would imagine that you can get pretty close to that, given you can get 4 hours of that sort of behavior without the battery. So let's say you're probably going to get 8 to 9 with the batteries attached. And so in my limited tests, I think that is looking pretty promising. Whether they're for you is probably comes down to how heavy a user you are. I am not that heavy a user, hence having to design a test, but I think they work pretty well. I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment if you've got any other ideas on how I should have wasted the battery even more, and otherwise I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.